So, last video was kind of funny. At least I thought so. I don't trust people that don't have a sense of humor. You know what? Really don't. Since no one's made this video, I should certainly be the one to make it, right? Everybody talks about gas or gear acquisition syndrome. It is evil. And then someone's going to leave me a comment. Said the fat guy with tattoos with over 500 lenses, right? The order of importance, and of course I made a chart. Obviously it's what's between your ears, obviously the curation and the ideation of making the composition, or at least knowing what the hell it is you're looking for. Some people actually create their photos in the studio. Some people actually hunt them like a hunter. Doesn't matter what you are, but as far as gear acquisition syndrome, nearly all of it is invalid. But there is one valid form, and it can be easily fulfilled. Well, that's so to say. It depends on what your budget is, right? Depends on whether you take it seriously, or it's part of your work, or it's just a hobby, or you're doing it for fun. Obviously so, but the only valid gear acquisition syndrome any photographer should have, and someone might say, well, hey, I just do this for, just for giggles or for fun as a hobby. That's fine. That's understandable. But the only valid gear acquisition syndrome is lighting. Light modifiers. Not saying you have to have a ton of it. Really, you could do most everything, like 90% of everything most people do, with a good light stand. The cheap Chinese ones, well, they're $20 and they don't last that long. Are they worth 20 bucks? Yeah, considering how long they last, yes and no. A good light stand, a good studio strobe with a power pack, and an octabox and a reflector. The totality on all of that is, say, a good studio strobe, light stand, you're talking $700, power pack another $300, that's $1,000. Octabox, and need a sandbag, which you can make your own sandbag. Make it out of a bean sack and rocks if you want. Actually, I don't believe in using sand. I believe in using not gravel either, but the polished stones. Actually, that's the best thing, because it's generally a good thing not to have a octabox, or even a soft box. Doesn't matter. They all catch wind. It's generally not a good idea to have that crap fall on the person you're taking a picture of, because they'll probably sue your ass and you get in trouble. That's another little tip I should tell people, is when you buy sandbags, to weight down your light stand so your crap doesn't fall over and hit someone on the head, or like destroy your studio strobe at the very least. Don't use sand, because it spills everywhere. It always does. Never use gravel, because it's really, really dusty and crappy. What you do is you go to the hardware store and you get some of those rounded, polished river stones, and then you can actually buy them like on eBay. They're sandbags, except don't stick sand in them. Stick the polished stones in them. So, yeah, light stand, studio strobe, a couple reflectors, power pack, so you could obviously go portable, $300. So you're looking at $1,000 right there, plus for a really good octabox. Here, for example, is like a 47-inch buff octabox. I got a few of these, got a grid. It's not just about lighting. You could drop a lot of lighting on anything, boom, but then all you end up with is a lot of lighting. It's like having a lot of sheep, but no fence to corral. It's like, where are your sheep? Well, they're out there somewhere. It's like, you got no fence on your farm. Yeah, they're out there somewhere. It's like, yeah, they're scattered to the wind. You got a lot of sheep, but they're gone. Generally speaking, why farmers have fences is so they can actually, keep their crap together, right? It's the same thing about lighting. It's like, I got a lot of lighting. I see that mistake. It's so funny. I see people, they bring get a lot of lighting there. Yeah, I do. They say, where's the light modifiers? Like this grid here, for example, This doesn't come with the octabox. You got to buy that separately. Same thing with most soft boxes. Softbox, octaboxers, grids. It's like, where's your lighting control? What do you mean lighting control? I got a lot of lighting. It's like, yeah, that's nice. You could drop a lot of light. Boom. What about lighting control? It's kind of like a police officer that has a sidearm that doesn't know how to shoot. It's like, I got a sidearm. It's like, yeah, but you can't shoot. You're like, right? Same thing. Perfect analogy. So the only, getting back on point, which I was really on point the entire time, the only valid gear acquisition syndrome is lighting. And you think, well, that's a lot of money. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, every serious hobbyist photographer, generally speaking, got like a half dozen or more lenses, at least 2 cameras. So we're talking $1,500 max to let you do like 85-90% of what most people do. It's a good studio strobe, set of triggers, light stand, sandbag, recommend an Octabox over a softbox. Depends on what you do, but Octabox is more universally useful. And then you need a grid for it, which is another $40. Don't buy like the Cowboy Studios or really cheap stuff on eBay. I mean, those work, but they actually change color and they yellow after like a year and a half. And when they yellow, you got to color correct everything because everybody's skin looks jaundiced. That's the horrible thing. They don't tell you about those cheapo Chinese softboxes on eBay. So, people say, "Oh, you saving up for another lens?" Like, yeah, it's interesting. What sort of lighting you got? See, that's the invalid gear acquisition syndrome. It's like, yeah, I know you really want that lens, which is $1,200, but instead of spending $1,200 on that lens, how about you spend $1,200, $1,300 on studio strobe, light stand, Octabox, power pack, so you can go everywhere. $5 for, of course, you get one of those rounded pebble stones, like a 50-pound bag for like $3 at Home Depot or Lowe's. So couple sandbags cost you what, $10 really. You have one of the lowest rated specification cameras on earth with a moderately crappy lens, but you could do a whole lot more with serious lighting. You can take the best camera in the world, the most expensive lens in the world for professional use. Say medium format camera, take a phase 1 camera. Okay, $50,000 camera, $30,000 lens, $80,000 right there. No lighting. No control over lighting other than ambient. You could do a lot more with a $800 camera as opposed to that $80,000 camera with really good lighting. A lot more. And this is why I am accurate and valid and existentially correct in saying that there is a valid form of gear acquisition syndrome or gas or gear lust. And it's pretty easily fulfilled. I know, at the very least, for God's sakes, get a couple speed lights and a pair of triggers, right? If we're talking about lighting in general, that should go without saying, right? But I mean, that is a valid gear acquisition. It is valid because that will do far more for you. Most important thing, of course, is what's between your ears, right? Being able to find it or being able to create it, obviously so. That's not in doubt by anybody with 5 brain cells. But it's not the camera and the lens. It's the lighting. There's a reason why humans evolved from hunter-gatherers. You notice, I'm going to make an important analogy here. There's a reason why humans evolved from hunter-gatherers where they're out there with sticks and arrows hunting crap down to eat, to people that would like raise it. I don't care if you're a vegetarian or not, okay? It's an analogy, so shut up a minute. To people that would raise the animals inside of a fence on a farm. They don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to hunt anything. Like when they want a cow, they kill it, and then there's the hamburger, right? And also the skin, the leather for clothing, and it's the same thing with lighting. People are always like, I'm hunting and it's fine to hunt light. Sunrise, sunset, you obviously can't recreate that. Well, actually you can, but I mean not the really, really good stuff, right? People that hunt the light. I don't believe in working harder. I believe in working smarter. Hard work is for chumps. Smart work is for, well, smart people, right? There's a reason why lighting and lighting control, 2 different things entirely, by the way. I got a lot of lighting. Yeah, but where's the control? I see somebody will buy a studio strobe and there's not even a reflector on it. It's like, that little bracket there is for holding a reflector. It's just like it's got a bare bulb. It's like a boom. Yeah, boom! It's like, yeah, you got a nice studio strobe there. I mean, why didn't you buy a reflector to go with it? Like an 8.5-inch reflector, a long throw reflector, umbrella reflector. Ugh. It's like, well, I got lighting. Yeah, no. It's like saying I got sheep, they're out there, but there's no fence around them. It's like, well, where are they? Well, I don't know, but they're mine. Yeah, but where are they? You got no control over them. I think I made my point abundantly clear. I'm absolutely certain I did. Why is my light meter still out on the table? It's getting dusty. I love my light meter. When the camera is off, I snuggle up to my light meter. And I go, oh, light meter, I love you. Oh, I'll stop saying that right now. I've had too much caffeine. Lighting. Yes, the one valid form of the one and only valid form of gear acquisition syndrome that is commendable. And as I've said before, when the big photography conventions open up, the stupid people, this is true, the stupid people will go over to the new cameras and lenses. Yomp! Shoop! The smart people, people who've been to photography, they're like, there's the lighting stuff over here, strobes, reflectors, octoboxes. All the noobs and the gear sluts, they don't go over to the lighting section of the photography shows. They go over to the lenses in the camera. Yeah! The smart people know it's lighting. Lighting, bitch. Lighting. Repeat after me and go, lighting, bitch.